Hey everyone, AdamHarry back again with another quick BoLS overview. Today we're looking at the Warhammer Age of Sigmar General's Handbook 2019 set. There's a couple of books in here. You can't see them too well here, but there's the main General's Handbook and then another almost pamphlet. I'm curious to see what that one's going to be. But here we have it, still in the shrink wrap. Pretty excited about this one. There's a lot of really good stuff in this book, so let's go ahead and dive on in. Okay, I've got the shrink wrap off. And you can see here we've got the General's Handbook 2019, which has your meeting engagement stuff in the back. We've got the Pitched Battle Profiles, which is a separate booklet, which is pretty sweet. And then this was just the back sheet, so kind of throwing me off there a little bit. But we've got the Pitched Battle book and the General's Handbook here. So we're going to start off with the Pitched Battle book because, I mean, we all know what's in the Pitched Battles book. This is all the points upgrades, updates. As you can see here, it's got everything organized by faction here. So pitch battle, chaos profiles, we've got death profiles, destruction, order, and then additional pitch battle profiles. We're not going to go through each and every one of these. You can do that. The points are going to be available in your Warhammer War Scroll Builder. What I want to show off is some of the cool stuff here, starting with the chaos pitch battle profiles. What I like about this format, first off, I like the clean format of them. They just have all of the entire thing. So like this is the Beast of Chaos War Scrolls, all their War Scrolls, just the points with all the standard stuff. What I like about this though is that they've got little asterisks by the units that actually changed. So you can tell really quickly what's going to be different in this book versus your army book or your battle tome. So that's great. You can see the changes super fast. For example, here we know Gore's Chaos Gargants are different and Zangor Shamans are different. So are Tuskor Chariots and Zangor Enlightened on Discs of Tzeentch. Those have all changed in points. Aside from that, this book is entirely just points. Nothing to see besides points. There's no rules or anything in here. If you want rules, those are all available online. So really quick, pitch battle profiles, all updated. I'm hoping that when this book actually drops, that the Warhammer Age of Sigmar War Scroll Builder on the Warhammer community site will also have updated points. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens relatively quick. Next up, we have the actual General's Handbook 2019 edition. What's in this book? We've seen previews all week long. Aside from some pretty sweet artwork, you've got your open play changes, your narrative game changes, match play game stuff, which is a whole bunch of battle plans. Conquest Unbound, which has a bunch of new allegiance abilities, which is also going to include within this book. There's merc companies and all that other fun stuff. So there's a lot of really fun new changes in this book, a lot of alternate ways to play. There's a nice player's code now too. There's some cardinal rules and principles that hopefully all the players will play by. We get into open play games here. It's got your open war army generator. This is pretty neat. If you I don't know, struggle with doing your lists, you can kind of use the force point limit to determine your army sizes, and then you basically can roll on a chart here, and boom, you can do that. They also mentioned this isn't just for open play. If you wanted to get really crazy, you could use this as kind of a drafting mechanic for an army generated via these charts. It's 2d6, so yeah, you can run a whole draft your army based on this system and run a whole tournament that way. It'd be pretty cool. We also have open war terrain, just more ways to do terrain. He's really really in depth here. You get the idea that Games Workshop has put a lot of time, a lot of thought into how their tables should look, how much terrain is appropriate, and just a ton of different diagrams for different terrain sizes and pieces. Then we have the open war close quarter battle generator. If you're not familiar with the close quarter battle generator, this is just designed for faster, smaller games, about 1,000 points. You play on basically a 3x4 section of table instead of your standard 6x4 table, so you can fit twice as many people on. And you just have some wonky deployment here. You see the two different map tables for deployment, and then they have changing scenarios designed again for quick play stuff, quicker games at 1,000 points. You've got your objective tables, your twists. You can even throw in ruses and sudden death if you're playing really asymmetrical forces. So if somebody's wants to bring 1,500 points to your 500 points or something like that, you can totally throw in the sudden death or ruses. Hidden agendas, those are on here too. We have Streets of Death for narrative play. Arcane objectives, these change up just how your objectives work as well. Regiments of Renowned, so these are just more of your, old school Regiments of Renown coming back. These are XP, so as your guys level up, you can give them special skills. There's a specialist table for Scouts, Juggernauts, Outriders, Marksmen, for your Spearhead, so you get the idea. There's some narrative stuff for the battles of, I'm going to butcher this, Elixia, I guess. There's some extra battle plans as well if you want to play through that. Narrative campaign, you can do that. Raids and ambushes are also included. Name your heroes. Everybody loves fun name charts, right? That's how you get Terrorgeist versus Horrorghasts versus Scary Ghost. Mercenary companies. Here's the different merc companies you can have now. You've got the Greyfeared Mercenary Company. You've got Tenorus Court Mercenary Company, the Sons of the Lichmaster Mercenary Company, Order of the Blood-Drenched Rose Mercenary Company. Those are the Blood Dragons, vampires. The Grug Brothers Mercenaries, which is a bunch of giants. Nimyard's Rough Riders Mercenary Company. We've got the Black Smoke Battery, the Scruggs Menagerie, Rampagers Mercenary Company, and the Gut Stuffers Mercenary Company. So those are all available for pretty much anybody that can afford to pay for them. In game terms, though, they'll come out of your allies' points, so you can take them no matter what faction. Match play games, they have an official pitch battle thing here for match play. Depending on the size, they've got fixed sizes for for instance, how many leaders you can have, battle line, artillery, behemoths, other units, and then of course your allied points as well, which we just mentioned with the mercenary companies. So more pitch battle updates for 2019. I haven't got to flip through there here obviously because we just pulled it out of the plastic wrap, but I don't know if there's any major changes in here, but those have been updated. I'm definitely going to be digging through those later. We have extra battle plans. These are the 2019. See the big 2019 in the corner there. Bunch of new battle plans. Yes, there's pitch battle rules for pitch battle tournaments, by the way, which is very handy. Meeting engagements now. This is pretty fun. This is another smaller scale game type designed for, again, 1,000 points on roughly 3x4 tables. You have to split up your army into 3 different sections: the spearhead, main body, and rear guard. Each section has to have at least 1 unit in it, and then they have additional requirements or minimums and maximums you can have in those sections. Basically, start of turn 1 or start of the game, your spearhead shows up. The end of turn 1, your main body shows up, and the end of turn 2, your rear guard shows up. The meeting engagements will change depending on the objectives you roll. It's just a pretty cool, different way to play. So, example here, battleground for center ground. As you can see here, the objective is you set up one objective at the center of the battlefield shown on the map, and then the battleground ends if the battle ends at the end of the 4th battle round. If one player has 1 to 4 more victory points than the other opponent, they win a minor victory. If one player has 5 more victory points than an opponent, they win a major victory. So you kind of have to try to grab those objectives, those single objective. Victory points are scored at the end of each battle round. Each player adds up the wounds characteristics of all enemy models that were slain during the battle round. The player with the higher total scores 2 victory points. If neither player has a higher total, each player scores 1 VP. At the end of the battle round, the player that controls the objective scores 3 VPs. If neither player controls the objective, each player scores 1 VP. So you can see how this is going to change up. Depending on the mission, you kind of have to decide, are you going to have to front load, are you going to have to rear load, or are you going to keep it balanced, how your armies come in. I think it's really going to be a lot of fun to play these different missions. We have updates as well for Allegiance abilities for match play. Darkling Coven's there, Dispossessed. I'm not going to go through these, but Free Peoples get one. Seraphon Allegiance abilities getting updated. These might be changes that were from the 2018 book that have since carried over, been modified as well. But you get the idea. We have some more War Scrolls too, but for the most part, that's going to be the General's Handbook. Again, trying to do a quick overview here, but you get the idea. A lot of really good stuff in here, and of course, don't forget your pitch battle profiles, which you're definitely going to want to use moving forward. That's everything in the General's Handbook 2019 little packet there. Thanks again for watching. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS. Have a good one. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.